welcome to my channel. I'm Chiara, and in today's video I thought I could give you an update on my Botox and my FES treatment, because I had Botox 2 months ago, so I thought I would tell you how it's going, and I thought I also could tell you a little bit about my FES treatment as well. So first off, if you don't know, when I was 2 and 10 months, I suffered a stroke resulting in right side hemiplegia, and I will link a full video about my disability here and down below if you want to go watch it. And if you like these kind of videos and you want to learn more about my disability and learn more about how I do one-handed tasks, and you might want to see more of me, please consider subscribing. The subscribe button will be below. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my Botox. So I had Botox in the end of July. It definitely feels more relaxed, my arm. They also did put it in my leg as well, but my leg, let's start with the arm. My arm definitely feels more relaxed, and my hand is definitely more open. It's definitely more straight, like this hand when I stand up, and also now it is. And also it has been more down by my side, which I like. In the beginning it was a bit more open and out here when I first had the Botox, but then as the Botox starts to settle and the muscles start to relax, the arm tends to go down. So the arm is now down, which is great, and it's definitely more relaxed and more open. And then as for my leg is absolutely fine. The muscles in my leg are pretty much relaxed, and my foot is not turned in, which is why they do one in my leg to help straighten. And also I have a toe, my second toe sits on top of my big toe, kind of like this, and that's definitely become flat if I stand up. So that's kind of a Botox. I would say definitely more relaxed, and my arm is not being annoying. It was being annoying for a little bit when I first had it, because sometimes what happens is my arm goes out slightly like this, and then when I swim the water catches, because I like to do front crawl, and it was slightly annoying. And also I don't really like it when it's really out here, because then it's just in the way. It seems to be going down, and it seems to be getting more relaxed, and yeah, and it's a lot looser, and you can see the muscles are a lot looser, and then my muscles aren't really tight in my arm at all. And then as for the FES, I thought I would do this together. So the FES, we were originally doing the bicep and this muscle here, and there was another muscle we were doing here. I've stopped doing my FES for now. I'm going back to the hospital where I got it from in November. The reason why I've stopped doing it is because I didn't do it for a while because I forgot, and I get busy, and you're meant to do it every day and I don't. But the reason why I stopped doing it is because we stopped doing the bicep before the Botox, because the thing that they wanted to try with the bicep was they wanted to bring the arm in like this, and they thought by doing the bicep it would bring it in, but instead with my arm it brought it out. Of course it did, because why would my arm do the thing that the doctors thought it would do? No. So it brought the bicep out, which didn't work. So we stopped doing that. They were doing one where they wanted my fingers curled in like this, and I would either wear a glove or a bandage. Because my fingers are so out at the moment because of the Botox, putting them in is hard, so it wouldn't be, I don't think it's beneficial for me to do that one, but we'll see what they say when I go back in November. And then the other one we were doing, which I did really like, was there was one here and one here, and it was to help with the wrist like that. But the thing I found with that one is now I've had the Botox, my arm seems to be going up and being in this position, which I don't like. And then again, when I swim, the water is catching, and it's just like not a comfortable position for me to be in. Whether or not I'm swimming or if I'm living my daily life, it's just not. So that's why I've kind of stopped the FES. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go swimming when I'm filming this. I'm going to go swimming tomorrow, and I haven't done it for 2 days. And we're going to see if it's the FES, because I went swimming on Monday, and I did my FES Sunday night, this one. And then Monday I was struggling to swim because my arm was out here when I was swimming. So we're going to see, because ideally I like my arm like this. That's where we're at with the FES. I'm going to wait and see. I might continue it if I think it's not pushing my arm out, but then we'll go back in November and we'll talk to them, and I'll tell them all this and we'll see. But that's where we're at with the FES. The muscles they did in my arm, if I could find the piece of paper it would be great, but I can't. they kind of always do the same muscles. They did the wrist to help with this. I think they did a muscle around here. And they do a muscle in my shin and my foot. And there's one here that's kind of like helps pull your leg in. And they do one in my little toe. There's a muscle in your toe that they can do. And they do that by feel. Those are the muscles they did. I realised I didn't say that. So sorry. But in total I had 7 injections. And if I can find a piece of paper, I'll put a picture on the screen. Well, I'll put a picture of where they did it because someone has my information. If I can, I'll see. But that's what they did. So yeah, so that's my update on the FES and the Botox. Not much has really changed with my Botox. My hand now just looks like this and it's really more relaxed and very more open. And yeah, it's way more comfortable than it was before I had the Botox. And then my FES, I'm kind of just waiting because I don't really know where to put the pads. I might try the bicep again. I did say I would try the bicep after I had Botox and I've never tried it, so I might try it and see. Because sometimes what happens if you put Botox in my arm and my arm's now relaxed, sometimes it does the opposite effect. So now that it's relaxed, it might actually bring the arm in more. Because when we started trying the bicep, the Botox was wearing off. So yeah, so that's where we're at with my FES and my Botox injections. I'm having Botox again. I think it's like March. They're going to try and push it up because that's quite far, but we're going to see. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So thank you very much for watching my video. If you did enjoy, please like and comment. And if you want to learn more about my disability and learn more about how I do one-handed tasks, and you might want to see more of me, please consider subscribing. The subscribe button will be below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!